So in today's video, I'll be shining a spotlight on my recent watch purchase, the IWC Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince. Now I previously did a similar article on my website and a similar video here on YouTube on the IWC Mark XVII. Now in the video, I explained the numerous reasons why I love the Mark XVII, but unfortunately I've since sold the watch. It's a great watch and I stand by everything I said in the video and in the article, but unfortunately it was just one I didn't really vibe with over time. Being a flieger, the Mark XVII had a utilitarian personality, but I'm as far away from being like a military rugged guy as possible. So I'll be honest and I'll admit that this, IWC Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince was an impulse buy. So a friend, brought this watch during like a get together, during a reunion. I saw it, I instantly fell in love with it, and I pretty much bought it off him on the spot. He actually drove over to deliver the box and papers later. So after about I had this for about a month, and even after about a month, I'm smitten by it. So I decided to do a little video and explain why. So first and foremost, I love this sunburst blue dial. Let me put it closer to the camera. Look at how it plays with the light. Now the Mark XVII didn't really last very long in my collection because it has a matte black dial, right? Which was very military inspired. And like I mentioned, I'm not much of a military man. I hated my army time. But so it made it hard for me to connect with the design. The same can't be said for this brilliant blue dial of the Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince, which is eminently striking and it captured my attention from the get-go. And long-term readers of my videos or viewers of my YouTube watch reviews would know that I'm a fan of textured dials. So again, the Mark XVII that I had a matte black dial, which is historically accurate, but I much prefer this sunburst blue dial of like this Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince, which it's just much more visually striking. It's more modern, more contemporary, and it plays along with the light. I'm trying to show you guys, it plays along with the light phenomenally. Yeah. Now, in my previous article on the Mark XVII, I stated that I appreciated its exposed triple date wheel, as it evokes the look of an altimeter gauge in a fighter plane's cockpit. That is true if you want a pilot's watch. And if you want a pilot's watch, the Mark XVII might still be the better choice. But I'm not Tom Cruise, right? I'm not in the Top Gun movie or whatever. So I'm actually came to prefer this simple date window on the Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince. The simple date window, gives the watch a bit of a dressier feel, making it more of a modern everyday watch, right? Something like the Vacheron Constantine 56 or perhaps a new, Longines Spirit in blue, coupled with its slightly slimmer proportion. So this is 40, it's compared to 41 and slightly slimmer as well. It shakes off like the austerity of its Mark XVII predecessor, and this feels equally at home, with like a suit and tie or with a t-shirt and jeans. That being said, of course, the watch doesn't really lose sight of its aviation roots. The Mark C has always been about aviation and pilots' watches, and because of that, you can see the dial is still very legible. Numerals are still very big, and everything is still room filled with your printed numerals and hour markers. The white contrasts very sharply with the blue dial, like a dark blue dial in these lighting conditions, resulting like a eminently legible watch, which arguably is the raison d'etre of fliegers. I also really came to appreciate like its simplicity, right? I'll be honest, wanted to get the new IWC Pilot Watch Chronograph 41, the one in blue dial. I was highly impressed by it. I had it for review for a few months. I earmarked it actually as the IWC for me to save up and get. That one, I'll probably put out a photo here. That one, had an in-house movement, it had the communication, it had a cooler looks, with sunburst blue dial. It seemed like an upgrade over, the time-only Mark XVII that I had. But, all those logical thoughts went out the window when I saw the Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince in person. I was shocked by its simplicity and, how it had everything, I needed, which is the date and time, and nothing that I don't. It made me realize that I don't really need the chronograph function. I can't remember the last time I actually used a chronograph to time something important. Nor do I really need the in-house movement. I certainly didn't require the extra thickness or the higher price tag of the chronograph model. It was like a Marie Kondo moment, when I realized that what sparked joy for me was inherent simplistic beauty of the pilot watch itself, the flieger design. And of course, a huge draw of this is in its name. Let me just flip this over. The Le Petit Prince Association. So you guys can see, you know, there's the motif of Le Petit Prince, or the Little Prince, you know, in English, sort of engraved at the back. Now, the Le Petit Prince actually, or the Little Prince novel, is a story that's close to my heart. You know, I actually have the book. I actually own a copy, and I have a book right here. So a friend actually gave, you know, the novel to me a few years ago, you know, before flying overseas, and in it, I'll show you guys. Like, it is a bit personal. So in it, you know, he wrote this quote, right? And I'll read it. Of course, an ordinary passerby would think my rose looked just like you. But in herself, she matters more than all of you together, since it is she that I wanted, since it is she that placed under the glass dome, since it is she whose caterpillars I killed, since it is she that I listened to when she complained or boasted or when she was being simply silent, since it is she that was my rose. So to me, you know, and he wrote some nice words here as well. So to me, you know, the Little Prince will always be a reminder of unsullied friendship, you know. So consequently, you know, whenever I have the IWC Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince on my wrist, I'm constantly reminded of my dear friends around me, of my pillars of support. It's a timepiece that represents friendship to me, you know, and it's one of personal significance. So I'm immensely happy to have this in my collection. And alright, so that is, you know, the video for today. If you like this video where I talk about my relationship with my, you know, IWC Mark XVIII Le Petit Prince, do give this video a like, you know, do subscribe, do give it a thumbs up, do ring on the notification bell, and as always, you know, do share the video around. I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao! This is a fabulous watch.